What's going on, guys? This is Zach Adkins, and in this video I want to talk about why VIPs and meet and greets and stuff with your favorite artists or favorite celebrities and stuff, they're just a big freaking scam and you just need to avoid them completely. Let's get right to it. The issue that I'm having with this whole thing is that I'm noticing like a pattern with what's happening in like the VIP world, and not just because of my experiences, but with like people commenting on what I posted, but then also like just stories from previous ones that people have told me about where I'm like, well, that's kind of weird that this happened. And I'll tell you what, man, like, I met Ace Frehley and I have this guitar. This is what he, hand painted the guitar, which is cool. But like this guitar and the VIP experience was $3,500. And this is, I just Googled it here, and this is an Epiphone Special 1 or whatever. It's $199 or $149 on Musician's Friend. Like, it's a $150, $200 guitar that, okay, yeah, he hand painted, and that's cool, but it's like $3,500 is a lot of money. And then you would think, you're like, okay, well, but you're not just getting the guitar, you're getting the experience of getting to meet your one of your favorite musicians or whoever. It doesn't have to be a musician, but it's like, then you get there and they treat you like you're an inconvenience a little bit. It's weird. It's like the weirdest phenomenon. I don't know. It's like the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's like, it's not like, hold on. Let's back way the hell up. All right. First and foremost, I'm noticing this trend in a lot of, I'm in the music world, so okay, we're going to talk about music, but there's other, instances too, where it's like, okay, you go and you spend $500 or $1,000 on this like VIP meet and greet or a VIP, experience and whatever. And it's like, man, it's just a huge scam. Don't even waste your money anymore. Don't even give these people your money. None of them. I'm going to give you a couple of stories here. One story is a personal experience that I had where, and I hate to say this because I'm such a huge fan and I was so excited, and I'm still a huge fan, of these artists that I'm going to talk about. And it just bums me out because it's like, man, I was so excited and now I'm like, I don't want to give them any more of my money, man. It's hard. And I'm going to say exactly who it is. I'm not going to hold back on that because I think it's worth saying. And I think that not just these people that I'm calling out, it's just a personal experience. You may have another one, but the worst VIP experience I ever had wasn't even spending $3,500 on a guitar and getting treated kind of strangely. It was actually, I spent $700 on the Joe Satriani and Steve Vai VIP meet and greet, photo op, whatever it was. Horrible experience. And I saw a lot of complaints about this, right? It's so expensive to do, and not only that, but the tickets aren't even included in that price, a lot of the times. Maybe in that one it was, I can't remember, but it's like, okay, I dropped a good $700, $800 after taxes and fees and all the BS. And then, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm getting a little gift bag. That's cool. It's going to have pics and some stuff, the lanyard, or even like a little poster card, and then like something from the show. Cool. It was all supposed to be signed, it said. Nothing got signed. It was all just there. Great. Okay, whatever. I get that. I'm like, that's no big deal. Maybe they'll sign it at the actual greeting. The other problem is I get there and it's like a VIP, right? What does VIP mean? Very important person. It means I freaking paid to be here more so than somebody else who just bought the regular ticket. No shame on them, no shame on anybody. It's just saying, like, you're very important because you've decided, hey, we're going to pay a little bit more for a little bit extra, that kind of thing. And sometimes it's a lot more, and you should expect a lot more. I go and I look, and there's like 50 or so people, maybe not even that much, with 30 or 40 people that are in the VIP, and it's like, okay, so we all get corralled into there, and then it's supposed to be this like open Q&A kind of thing, and they come out and yeah, sure, you were listening to them talk, but it's like the same stories they've told a billion times on interviews, and people are asking some of these weird questions, and like, I know they paid to be there, so that's fine if they want to ask those questions, but it's like, Okay, I'm like raising my hand, raising my hand, raising my hand, keep every time they, and then they'd go off on a big tangent on someone's question forever. There was no like structure to like how long or short the questions were going to be. And then the guy comes out and he's like, all right, we're done with that, done with Q&A. And I'm like, well, like 10, 12 of us didn't even get to ask a question. And I freaking paid to be here just as much as the people that paid their and got to ask their questions. Like, and they were just like, nope, hard stop, done. And then they're like, oh, okay, I guess we're done. They're like, okay, everybody stand up, get in line. We're going to start taking photos. And I'm like, okay, at least I get, at least I get that, So and me and my buddy who went with me, like Chris, he's like, all right, here, you hold my gift bag. I'll take my photo. You hand me your gift bag and then you go take your photo. So I'm like, we're like figuring it out. And people are talking to each other like, oh man, I'm really excited to get to meet these guys, shake their hand, da 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 da. You're like, fucking spent 700, maybe they spent more. I don't know. I spent $700. And we get all lined up, ready to go. And Joe Satriani and Steve Vai don't even come off the stage. They just stood on stage with their frickin' hands in their pockets, like they're too good to come down and talk to the people that just paid frickin' $700 to meet them. And I'm like, okay, so we're not getting a photo with them? And then they're like, all right, 10 of you line up right here in front of the stage, and you're just going to get a photo in front of the stage with them in the background. They're on the stage. They don't even come down to stand with you even like in the middle, and then 5 on each side getting to like give a thumbs up. Nothing. Not even a one-on-one 2-second photo of like, oh, look at me, I paid $700. No, nothing. They just stood on stage with their hands in their pocket like, all right, is this fucking over with? And then next 10, I was so pissed, dude. Like, I was like, are you kidding me? I could have just had somebody take a photo of me in front of the stage like that for free. I was so mad, man. And I just gave all my stuff away. I didn't want any of the VIP stuff. I was like, whatever. I mean, the show was great. And I had front row seats. I'm like watching the show. The show went great. And I still love those guys. Like, I don't want that to get like misconstrued in what I'm talking about, specifically about these VIP meet and greets. I still love Steve Vai and Joe Satriani, and I would love to talk to them about it. I would love to hang out with them, and I would love to be a part of their life in some weird way. And, I whatever, doesn't matter. But the point is like, when you give out a VIP thing and you're sitting here charging people that amount of money, that's like multiple car payments, or, like some people, that's their rent payment for the month, and then $3,500 for a guitar, and you get back there and he's just like, all right, hurry up. You're, taking into my gambling time. It's like, motherfucker, I paid $3,500 to be here. I want at least a freaking smile or something, They won't even shake your hand most of the time. And I got a photo with Ace, which was cool, and I got the guitar. But again, he made $3,200 off this guitar. It's not like it's the world's great. It's not one of his Les Pauls or some shit. And then another one that isn't even going back to the music world, one of my buddies, Bill, he's probably watching this video. Sup, dude? He went and saw Tool and spent $800 a ticket to go see Tool. And he went $800 for the VIP band, meet and greet, photo op, all this stuff. He got back there and he said that they had handed out some kind of little tickets or something, and his ticket was like $175 and his wife was like $176. So there was 100, and there was more people after him. So there was close to 200 people at this VIP for Tool. And he's like, we didn't get to meet the band. We didn't get to shake anybody's hand, and we got to watch sound check, but even Maynard didn't even come to sound check. It was just the band, so there was no singing. You couldn't even really watch it, and they only played like half of some of the songs, and it's like, okay, great. I'm glad I spent frickin' $1,600 on this experience. Didn't even get to meet the band. Had to take this massive 150-person photo, and then they had these posters for that weren't even included in the VIP. You had to pay for them while you're in the VIP. You just had access to buy them. What a freaking scam, dude. And then they get back there, and then the people ahead of him are buying like 5 or 6 or 7 of them a piece. So by the time it gets to Bill, he's like, there was only one left, and there were still 30, 40 people behind him, and he bought the last one. So his wife didn't get one, and it's not like they went, everybody gets one, or, a certain amount. It's like, dude, here's the deal. What these freaking musicians and rock stars and whatever need to understand, it's just Ace Frehley. It's not just Steve Vai and Joe Satriani. It's not just Tool. It's all of them. all of these people, these mega star, rock star people, are freaking so delusional that it's like, oh yeah, people just have money laying around so they can go and do a VIP experience with me. I'm that important. And then people do it, and then they don't bitch about it when they actually don't get what they want because they don't want to upset the freaking rock star, because what if they don't like me anymore? To hell with all that, dude. I'll tell you what, I've got 3 great experiences that I paid no money for. One was Nita Strauss. We met on a podcast. She gave us an hour of her time. It was amazing. She was really nice. She emailed me back. She approved me as an opener for her when she came into town. And we got to meet, and she brought me backstage, met the band. You know, we're looking at her guitar. She was so awesome. And then she came out to do the signing at the end of the show, and she was wearing my shirt that I gave her, my Adkin, you know, my shirt for my solo album. She was wearing that and taking photos with everybody. So it was like, holy crap, what an amazing thing that was, you know. I was so happy and like very like wow, she's cool. She gets it. She gets it. Like, she took a photo with everybody, selfies, grabbed their phone, take a selfie, you know. Anything she could do. And she had the meet and greet, which was like very structured. Very structured. Like, everybody had a lanyard that was in their name, their thing. They got one photo. They got to ask her a question. She played guitar for them. Amazing. And then I haven't even seen her since. You know, we'll text her, or not text, but, you know, email back and forth a little bit. And then they were coming to Lincoln with Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper. I messaged her and I said, hey, you know, I'm planning on coming to the show. And she had mentioned to me, hey, if you're ever, you know, wanting to go to a show, just hit me up. She gave me 4 free tickets to the show in really good seats. She was like, thank you so much for coming out. You know, I can't hang out because there's some strict rules that aren't her fault. You know, they're the Cooper and Zombie, you know, protocols. It's like, dang, how freaking awesome is that? She's like one of the coolest guitarist / rock stars around today. And everybody else needs to take note. Another one, Mark Tremonti. Met him, you know, through a friend podcast. We met. He hits me up and says, dude, like, I want to talk to you about your guitar playing, this and that. I have some questions because I did some stuff that he liked. And then he just like hits me up and he's like, hey man, you know, if we're ever nearby, just hit me up. It'd be cool to hang out and play guitar. Come backstage. Boom. He's got a guitar ready. We're just jamming for hours. You can check that video out too. And that was with Alter Bridge. And then he came back around with Creed at one point, and he hits me up and he calls me. He's like, hey man, whenever you're ready, like, whatever show you want, come back and we'll hang out. It's like, that's all it is, man. Like, and I'm not saying like everybody's going to get that experience or whatever, but it's like, man, Mark Tremonti makes more money and is, I mean, in some ways, probably more famous than any of these other people. And he still, in his own right, is like, you know, I need to take care of the people that care about me. And I know his meet and greets are amazing. He gives guitar lessons. He, like, everybody leaves going, oh my God, Mark is like the greatest guy I've ever met. Like, just, he's so genuine. Like, everybody needs to take notes from Mark Tremonti and Nita Strauss. I'm telling you, man, like, these artists need to pull their fucking heads out of their asses and realize that, like, you know, especially in, like, the economy that we have now where people are struggling to do a lot of stuff, and like mortgage rates are high. Like, we're not here to talk about any of that nonsense necessarily, but it's like, man, to set aside an extra $500 so you can go and meet somebody, and then it turns out that you just get a bullshit experience. Like, no more. I would say save your money and tell them exactly why, because you need to literally say, this VIP isn't good enough for what I'm paying. This VIP is not good enough for what I'm paying. You need to do better as musicians. You need to do better for your fans. That's why you're a freaking rock star. That's why you have millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever, or even have any status in this world, is because of your fans. And you need to take care of that shit. Like, ugh, it's so annoying. You're not too good for anybody. You need to come off the stage and stand with one of your freaking people. Whether that, yeah, it might take an extra 30 minutes out of your day, but I'll tell you what, it's going to make the whole experience 10 billion times better for whoever signed up for it. VIP meet and greets are a scam. That's all I have to say about it. I'm not spending any more of my money on this nonsense until they change it, until they come out and go, our VIP isn't good enough and we're going to make it better. So, I don't know. Maybe you have an opinion about it. Maybe I'm a dick. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being a baby. I don't know. That could be. Leave me a comment. I want all the comments about it. But, you know, those are the experiences I've had and experiences that other people have had that have told me about it. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think. We'll see you in the next video.